Hello again from Central Virginia.
Hi.
Sage and we got a job to do. We're going to work on some compost.
We are.
So we are fortunate here to have a winery on site, a
We
vineyard.
do. We've been pressing grapes,
Yeah, and yet
processing grapes, and we've got a bunch,
we got a bunch of,
a batch of,
yeah, we've got a whole wagon full of grape skins. It's
and
called pomace, basically the skins and seeds and leftover stems from yesterday's crush of Traminette. And boy, were those grapes good. Really sweet. Anyway, that's
they
a whole
were
nother thing.
fantastic.
So Sage had the idea to.
I had the idea to compost.
So we're going to try to
So,
compost them. Oh, yeah.
and you said you did some research
I did some research
on it?
I did. And
I did nothing.
well, that wasn't your job. Your job was to crush the grapes. I did some research, and apparently they're compostable, obviously, because they're plants. And my big question was, what happens with all the seeds? And am I worried if all those seeds go into the compost? So instead of putting it in my regular compost pile, we're sort of doing an experimental pile. We're going to try to get a hot compost pile going. So let me show you a little bit about what we've got right now and the thinking about how to do this. So this is the wagon full of grape pomace. You can see, if you've ever been around a winery at crush time, when you take a load of grapes, you press all of the water out of them, although there's still some moisture in here. But you can see that these are the skins and the seeds, and then underneath here, I think, are the stems, right? Down in here?
Yeah,
down in here.
They're
all mixed in.
On the back side, it's maybe, from the plant material, maybe it's like a fifth of it.
A fifth of it is the stems.
The stems.
So the stems are going to be more, I mean, everything's been living. So everything here is a green. So we're going to have to add some browns in, but some of this stem material, I think, is more carbony than nitrogen-y. So we do have to add some browns in, and I'm going to be doing that by using some hay and some straw. I've got some boxes that we're going to shred up. This is my regular compost operation. You can see how it's going. This is my coal pile that is our pile that we add everything in every couple days. Isn't it lovely? And it doesn't smell. This is my finished compost in here underneath all of that top matter. And then this is the one that we just have built a couple of days ago, filled with all the stuff that we've pulled, and we're trying to create a hot pile here. I've not had a lot of success building hot piles, mainly because you have to build it big. You have to do the whole thing all at once.
It's a lot of work. It's
a lot of work, but more than that, it takes a lot of material. And, my coal pile, we just add to it every day. It builds up. I throw carbon and stuff in there when every so often, and it breaks down much more slowly. But what we're trying to do here is build a couple of hot piles, and I'm just hoping that we can really get this thing going, cooking.
So if you're like buying compost, is this the same method that they would use?
This is what a commercial composting process would be.
I mean, they have like big loader, like dumpers and loaders, and they'll
it's basically looks like a mountain range of piles.
Yeah. And I've been there in the winter and it's steaming.
Yeah, it's steaming. Ideally, if we can get our pile up to like 130 degrees, that would be great. Maybe 140 would be even better. You don't want it to go more than really 160 because you don't want to burn off good bacteria. All right, so where are we going to do this?
Sounds really hot.
That's hot. You know what I'd really like to do? I'd like to try to get a PVC pipe. Maybe we'll go to town and get one. A PVC pipe about that big around. Drill holes in it.
Oh, to water?
And put it in the middle. And I've seen
absolutely.
That's a method that I've seen used. Maybe we'll see. I don't know whether we have any PVC pipe around here, but we could certainly run into Lowe's and drill those holes. And
I think if we did this and then wash it through properly, it'll work. I don't think this would make good in the video. You just show before and after, and it'll look amazing.
It's always amazing, Sage. So we're back, and we had a little interlude where we went to Hill Hardware, Hill Hill Hardware in Amherst. We went to Hill.
It was wonderful.
They're always
everything.
Great. They're good in there. At any rate, we got us some PVC pipe, and what do we do with it, Sage?
So we drilled holes. What is this? A quarter inch?
Quarter inch.
3 inches apart.
Yeah.
Across the whole length, they'll be submerged in the compost.
The center of the compost, and this is going to help aerate bring air into the compost. So hopefully that's going to help the decomposition process go faster. And we'll probably have less turning, I think, with this pile. All right, here are our cages, our bins, and we want to have this sort of right in the middle. At the bottom, we have put a whole bunch of sticks in the very bottom just to make sure that the bottom stays sort of aerated. This is a temporary hold while we go and start getting stuff to put in there. All right, so Sage is going to back up the trailer. Start by putting in some greens. Don't you love how I'm sitting here telling you how to do it?
Thank you for the advice. Very helpful.
Whoa. We do want this more in the middle. Not in the middle. Sort of in the middle. Not in the absolute perfect middle. Throwing in some cardboard browns. So mixing it all up together. Smells good still.
It does.
This is just all rotting hay. Breaking it on it.
What are some classical American TV shows that Nathan watched growing up?
Well, he didn't watch that many because we really didn't have a TV. He was one of those kids. I'm on the back side if we can there. And on that side too.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
All right, we're getting there. And look, we got walnuts. I don't want walnuts in there. I don't know. Well, this is all one experiment. We're going to just see if we can get going. Let's put some more hay in.
Some wood chips.
We can grab some wood chips if we need to, although they'll take a long time to break down. Let's get some more of that hay. Go ahead and give this a spray down of some water. This is leaf mulch. Sprinkle it around in there. This is from 2 years ago, leaf mulch. So that's really well. It's beautiful stuff. It's here. Get some on the side. It's beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Getting up there. I can't believe how gorgeous the weather is today.
Wonderful.
Spectacular. Brown paper bags as well. It's a good carbon. It's a good way to. This is the ultimate recycling. Break it on up. Break it up. Break it up. And I've got eggshells crushed.
What a surprise.
What a surprise. Add a little calcium in. Whee! It's snowing eggshells. This is just broken down leaf mulch, which is gorgeous, really. Paige is just putting in some mushrooms from a log from over here. A little fungal life. Yes, we need a little fungus right this very minute. I'm singing Christmas songs about making compost and about fungus. I want to get that rake and push that stuff around a little bit more. I know, I just want to do a little bit more.
Oh, I didn't do a good enough job?
No.
What are you going to do, fire me?
Yeah, no. I think I'll keep you, but I just want to. That's going to be really nice in there. You don't want it to be sawdust to be too dense. All right, we went down to the pile of grapes that was crushed last week. Was it? Maybe 2 weeks ago?
This might have.
A week and a half?
Been like, no, this might be two and a half weeks.
This is the Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
But look at the steam. This was the pile that was already composting. And this is, look at the steam coming up. That's not dust.
It's actually
hot. So that proves to us that there's plenty of browns and greens in this mix to compost.
I assume so.
If it's gotten that hot and it stayed that hot, that's telling me that this is going to work. So just load it on up there. So we're adding this pre-composted or semi-composted stuff on the top of the pile. And we're going to load it up to the top with that. And we're going to have about a 4-foot high pile. And that is a really great size to start a hot compost pile. What do you think?
I mean, to me, this all looks like mycelium. You see, it's also really warm.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
see it's like little hairs.
Yep.
It definitely looks like some kind of
Oh,
mycelium.
wow.
But it's hot.
Oh,
Like
goodness.
it's like if you had like one of those hand warmers.
Yeah.
So in the wintertime, you might as well just grab a piece of from the
Compost.
compost and take it to work.
Put it in your
Take it
put
into
in
the
a pair of socks.
take it to the subway.
All right, Sage. Let's do American Gothic. We have now created a compost pile. All right, Sage, look. We got a compost pile. It's 4 feet tall. It's about 3 feet wide. It could be a little wider, but I think this is going to be a hot pile. I think it's going to be a hot pile. It is top to bottom. It's got good aeration on the bottom because we've got sticks on the bottom. We have layered in browns and greens, but what we learned when we went back to get additional material from previous crushes of grapes is that the pile of grape stems and pomace that had been there for about a week and a half was already well on its way to composting and was hot. So that tells me that just having the grape pomace alone is enough to get a hot pile going. So this should work super duper duper well.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you take a look, you can see the mycelium.
Yeah. The white stuff, right? That does look like mycelium. And does it smell?
Barely.
It's amazing. It doesn't smell.
It does not have an intense.
And it hasn't even finished. I mean, you can still see distinct pieces of the grape skin in here. It's all shriveled up. It's got the stems and a lot of seeds, of course. But this is going to be an amazing. I think this is going to work. I love this experiment that we've done.
I do, but next time we have to grow some mushrooms.
Yeah, we do have to grow some mushrooms. Maybe we'll
have to. It's getting a little late in the season.
Well, it's fall. I think you can get some mushrooms going in the fall and ready for spring here. All right. So, from our Central Virginia garden, thank you so much for watching. Take care.
Like and subscribe.
Don't forget. Bye.
You gotta get a few different ones.